Okay, guys, week in review. It is Saturday, February 28th. This is my first week in review, but we're going to do these every single week. I am going to either record them on Friday or Saturday, maybe Sunday if we're falling behind, but I am going to publish these every single Sunday at 11 a.m. So it'll be scheduled to be published at 11 a.m. every single Sunday. It'll be a weekly staple, and we'll go from there. Now, the format. This is the very first one, so bear with me. The format, we're going to introduce Week in Review. We're going to do a weekly reflection where we talk about highs and lows. Then we're going to go over the training phase, so my actual fitness, my training, and the diet associated with it. Then we're going to go through some metrics, some business metrics. Again, this is a week in review for me, so I can track my progress and do an audit, right? So we're going to go over some metrics for my Skool community. We're also going to go over some metrics on the YouTube channels that I do have. And then we will finally wrap it up with the viewer Q&A. So this being the very first one, we do not have a Q&A. But if you want me to have a Q&A on the next week in review, ask your questions in the comments. So leave a comment on this video. The only questions that I will respond to in this video are comments on this video. So week in review goes out, you watch it, you ask a question. In the next one, I will review the previous week's comments. The top 5 comments are going to get public answers to the questions. So keep that in mind. Now let's rock and roll. So, introduction. Week in review, we've already done that. Saturday, February 28th, 2026. I'm Brandon, I'm Coach Brandon. I made an incredible transformation in 2025. I lost over 75 pounds from April of 2025 through December of 2025. And to date, I've lost 84 pounds. So I started here and I am here. We've made some incredible progress, and now I actually coach people full time to help people achieve the exact same transformation that I achieved. This is a really cool transformation. We've lost a lot of weight. We feel really good. We're rocking and rolling. But also the sustainability piece. I tried for years to get healthy, and I couldn't do it. Not only could I just not do it, if I did see any amount of success, I couldn't stick with it long term. I'd white knuckle, I'd grip it and rip it and just hang on to it as hard as I could. And then at the very first introduction of stress, friction, whatever the case may be, it would all fall apart. And I would put on weight fast and fast and fast. And as I was actually editing one of my videos this week, I was going through my phone and looking at some videos for B-roll basically, right? Going through and trying to find some videos and pictures of my past. And I had pictures of my weigh-ins, and I was trying to lose weight, but they were going up and up and up. And it's because I couldn't stick to anything that I was trying. And so sustainability, repeatability, long-term results is really my interest with others. So I not only want to help people achieve the results, but I also want to help people keep them long-term, not short-term, not just getting rid of the yo-yo, but forever until the end of their time, right? So that's the game plan, and that's what I do full-time. And so this week in review is something that I started doing internally, privately, in terms of my own system. So there's a couple systems that I created throughout my entire journey, and one of them is this 5-step process of audit, construct, install, trial, and proof. And so we just run that loop on repeat forever and ever, and it allows us to make these micro adjustments and constantly progress from where we're starting all the way until we reach our goals and beyond. And so this is a form of an audit where we introspect, we self-reflect, we look inward at kind of what's working, what's not working, and that way we can constantly make new, better, improved progress to continue moving us towards our goals. We never want to be static. We definitely don't want to regress, but we really want to make sure that we're moving towards our goals in an efficient manner. That way, we're constantly improving our lives and having that dopamine hit. The dopamine hit's really, really important. So it's also important to self-reflect and do the audit. So we audit, we construct, so we audit, what's going on, what worked, what didn't work. We construct a new idea, right? Potential solution, potential plan to move forward. We install it. So we implement that new plan into our life, right? Now we trial it. So it's constructed, it's installed. Now we test it out. And we run that test. Maybe it's for a day, 7 days, 30 days, 6 months, whatever the case may be. And then we proof it. And the proof can be positive proof or negative proof. It doesn't have to be positive proof. It doesn't have to be proof it worked. Proof it doesn't work tells us which direction not to head in, right? And so then we repeat the process. We audit, and then we construct, and then we trial. And then, we construct, then we install, then we trial, then we proof. And we can run that forever. So, weekly review, that's a part of that. We're auditing our week. That way next week can be even better. So, highs and lows of this week. Highs, we have been crushing content creation on YouTube. We haven't been crushing views, but that's okay. We're going to get there, right? It's literally week 1. We've only been posting content consistently to YouTube for less than a week. Views picked up yesterday. Hopefully they pick up today, and hopefully they continue to pick up as we move forward. Again, that's part of why in this week in review, some of the things we're going to review are those metrics for YouTube. So highs, we've gotten a lot better at creating content. We've gotten a lot better at editing content. We've even gotten better at talking to the camera. It's a skill, and it will continue to improve. Some other highs. This is week 1 of coming off of a 1 week long water only fast. That was gnarly. That was last week. This week, first week of calories. And we crushed it. Impulse control, sticking to the plan, rebounding. It's been amazing. And so another very, very good high. And then third and final high that I'll talk about is training this week felt really good. It felt strong. Squats felt strong. Lifts felt strong. Energy just felt strong. And it's heading in the right direction. So we'll dive into more details in that. Lows of the week. Well, because I have been putting so much effort into YouTube, so much effort into this new skill acquisition, the journey of learning YouTube, the journey of talking to the camera, the journey of editing videos, this journey of content creation, becoming a content creator. That's taken a lot of effort. It's taken a lot of my day. And as a result, we've had to make some sacrifices. So I haven't sacrificed nutrition. I haven't sacrificed the gym, but I have definitely sacrificed my morning time. So I've spent a bulk of my mornings doing YouTube instead of going on my walk and listening to the audiobook. It's part of my daily routine. It's part of my lifestyle KPAs. And it's really kind of the epitome of how I start my day. I go outside. I walk for hours. Me, dog, the sun, and an audiobook. And we typically walk for like 2 to 3 hours nonstop. And it's fantastic. And I love it. It's my time. I never have meetings or anything scheduled over that time. It's blocked off on my calendar. And this week's been tough. Again, it's a season of life that I'm in. It's the phase of life that I'm in right now. And it's necessary. And I get it. But it's been a low for sure. And I'm not so much enjoying that aspect of it. I miss the sun. I feel like I don't get outside very much right now. And that has been incredibly tough. So, again, we're probably going to rock and roll the same way this week that we did last week. So not a lot of outside time, not a lot of time getting our movement, our morning movement with education, stuff like that. But it'll come back before we know it. Because again, right now, this is the priority. And it's the season of life that I'm in. Cool. Training phase. As you can see, this is my training program. It felt really, really good this past week. So the squats felt really, really strong. The pull-ups felt really, really, really strong. The aerobic capacity day, so the air bike, it's a Rogue Echo bike. It's a sustainable aerobic pace. 375 was fine. We hit the nail on the head exactly in those 30 minutes. But the quads were really blown up, and I think it affected my performance on Friday. So this week, I'm actually going to keep it the exact same. I'm going to do just, again, 375 calories in those 30 minutes, maintain output there. We'll do some progressive overload elsewhere throughout the week, but just there, I want to get to the point where it's much more sustainable. It's a lot easier. So we're not going to make that any harder this week. And then on Wednesday for time, so that 10, 9, 8, all the way down to 1 of the deadlifts, row, ski, echo bike, we're going to leave that as is this week. Then the 3 rounds for quality, we're going to up the rep scheme from 15. And we actually did 15 ring rows, 15 deficit push-ups, 15 cow ski erg this past week. We did 3 rounds. This week, I'm going to up the reps, same 3 rounds, but I'm going to up the reps to 17. So 17 strict toes to bar, 17 ring rows, 17 deficit push-ups, 17 cow ski erg, and then that's going to be Wednesday. So it's going to look largely the same. It's really a volume accumulation day. It's a general fitness day. Like, it's just let's move, let's be fit, but then let's also get a little bit better. And then the Friday, the bench press felt amazing. So we started at 135 last week. We did 135, 155, 175. We did 12, 9, and 6 reps. It felt strong, stronger than normal. So we're not going to increase weight by very much. We're going to go up by 5 pounds this next week. We're going to do the exact same rep scheme, 3 times AMRAP, as many reps as possible. And we'll see how that looks. We'll see how it goes. We would assume that reps would come down a little bit, but again, it's as many reps as possible at that prescribed weight. The wide grip pull-ups, we actually went too light this week. So with the assisted machine, I wanted to do 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds in those drop sets. However, I wrote it wrong at 50, 60, 70. And so the reps were way high this week, but it's okay. It's different. It's not a big deal. We got a really good training stimulus from it, and we will correct this upcoming week. The 10-minute EMOM stole my soul. It was tough. There's a lot of local muscle fatigue in my quads, a lot of local muscle fatigue in my low back, and it was really hard. Secondary was also tough on the lungs. It was tough. But 85-pound dumbbell is the heaviest dumbbell I have in my apartment gym, and so we're going to actually stick there because of how hard it was this past week and increasing the squat weight this upcoming week. We're actually going to keep that exactly the same. We're not going to make any increase in intensity, work capacity, volume whatsoever. And then the accessory work at the end, it's going to stay about the same. We're going to increase the cable face pulls by 5 pounds. Russian twists are going to stay the same. Bicep curls are going to stay the same. We've used the same weight for the past couple of weeks. Again, we're going to keep it the same until rep scheme kind of improves. It's just kind of in there, like curls for the girls sort of thing. We enjoy it. We don't have the biggest biceps. We don't train biceps a ton, but it's fun to train it once a week. Okay, now on to my nutrition, my weight. So we can see this is my weight for the week. On Sunday, that was day 7 of the water only fast. So the weight was exceptionally low, 173.5. Then we ate calories. We ate about 2,800 calories, mostly carbs, a good bit of protein, less than 20 grams of fat. And we rebounded from 173 to 179. Totally normal. Water weight, food in the gut, glycogen. Next day, 178.7. So we settled in. Then we dropped to 176.6. And the past few days have been all right around that weight. Today's weigh-in was 178, I believe. And so the weight that it says on MyFitnessPal, it just hadn't updated, it hadn't synced. It's not a big deal, but we've really settled into this new weight of like 176 to 178. So I think that's our new weight. The game plan moving forward over the next 6 weeks is to maintain the identical weight or less. So we don't want to gain any amount of weight on the scale. That's the game plan, because our long-term plan is to continue to lean out, right? We want to continue to get leaner. My ultimate goal is a freaky aesthetic. I think it's a very good visual hook for putting myself out there on the internet, so we want to continue to get leaner. We don't want to lose muscle, we want to get jacked, but I want vasculature across my abs. We've got ab veins occasionally right now. They come and go. You can see them sometimes, not other times. I want full-time vasculature on my abs, and then I also want vasculature on my quads. So I want the quad veins popping out 24/7. That's the end goal. It's going to be aggressive to get there, but we're going to get there. And so right now we're in this like main gain phase, increasing calories, getting to a decent amount of food where performance is good, but we're not putting on fat. That's the game plan, to continue to very, very slowly lean out. So I want to be right under maintenance. Now, speaking of calories, if we come to calories, we can look here. Over the past week, my average calorie consumption for the past week was 2930. So on Sunday, when I broke the fast, 2820 was the calories. And then yesterday, 2980. So right now, we've worked our way up to about 3,000 calories. And breaking it down into macros, it's about 275 grams of protein, about 165 grams of carbs, and about 130 grams of fat. I like that. It's spread across 2 meals. So I eat my first meal about 9 in the morning. I eat my second meal about 3 in the afternoon. And that is my daily feeding. I'm like a cow. That's my graze time. I like it. I feel very full and very satiated. It's about 1,500 calories per meal. My hunger cues and hormones feel very regulated throughout the entire rest of the day. I have good energy all day. I feel strong when I train. So I eat about 9, and then I typically train about 12 in the afternoon. And so it gives it enough time to digest. I feel really good going into the training session. Energy doesn't dip throughout the training session. And then I eat my second meal almost immediately following that training session. So I come back to my apartment, I cook, and we're good to go. I think that I'm going to maintain calories here for about the next week. So we're going to stay right under 3,000 calories. We shouldn't go over 3,000 calories any day throughout the next week. We'll see kind of where weight settles in, where training feels like, especially increasing the squatting, increasing other volume, and just kind of going from there. And then we will reassess every week. We may end up increasing calories. Again, one of my goals is to get to about 3,200 to 3,500 calories daily, and that be right under maintenance. And so we're still a little lower right now than I would like to be. However, there's no need to rush. We look good, we feel good, and we will assess every single week. Now, Skool. So Skool spelled with a K. I'm sure we've all seen the advertisements. That is where I have my free community. So if you've seen any of my other videos, at the end, in the middle, I plug my free community. It is an opportunity for you guys to join in on my journey, start your own journey, and meet others in similar situations, in similar journeys, right? So my paid clients, people that aren't my clients, people that just want to poke in and kind of see what I'm about, everybody can join the free Skool community. There's free resources in there, and there's paid resources behind like a paywall. However, that Skool community is one of the metrics that we're going to measure to see progress over time. So I'm going to pop on over there, and we're just going to look at 2 simple metrics, and we will track those metrics week to week. And so we're over here, and right now you can see I've got 57 total members. And so we're going to track total membership week to week. And then we're also going to track discovery. Skool promotes groups in their internal SEO ranking system. And so here you can see my category is self-improvement. So every self-improvement category, every group that is pre-deemed by Skool to be self-improvement is in this category, and there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and I am currently ranked 929. And so the game plan is to improve and increase that ranking over the next week, the next 2 weeks, the next month, and ultimately I want to work my group into the top 100, top 50, and then ultimately the top 20. That is a very, very, very tall order. But on Skool's discovery page, the reason we want to get that high is because in that discovery page, people that are just browsing for more groups in the self-improvement, it's an opportunity for them to see me naturally instead of having to come across my YouTube or come across my Instagram, etc. And so that really is the goal. Metrics that drive that are engagement. So having member growth, so new members joining. So we'll see that week over week. Did new people join? And then also making sure that those members engage and they keep coming back, that they don't just engage for a day and then quit engaging. but that they actually engage daily and we have high engagement metrics. So those are the 2 metrics for Skool. This week we've got 57 total members and my current rank is 929. We should see that improve over the next 2 weeks. And then YouTube. I have 2 YouTube channels. Don't know really where that's headed right now, but according to the internet, according to everybody on YouTube who's a YouTube guru, YouTube Shorts can really kill long form viewership and long form views and ad revenue and stuff like that. We're a long ways away from ad revenue, but that's why I went ahead from the beginning and split up 2 YouTube channels. So this YouTube channel is my long form channel. Only long form content goes on it. And so I currently have 16 subscribers. And then the other thing that we're going to look at is analytics over 7 days. So in the past 7 days, I've got 94 views, 8.6 hours of watch time, and plus 3 subscribers. That's my long form channel. My short form channel has been my YouTube channel since I've had a YouTube channel, so that's why there's a good bit many more current subscribers. But we're currently at 772 subscribers. And then we come over here, and in the last 7 days, I got 3.5 thousand views, 14.1 hours of watch time, and plus 5 subscribers. And so we will continue to track those metrics week over week. We'll see where we go. Hopefully we continue to grow and that we can actually get in touch with you guys and help you get started on your journey, whatever that journey looks like. Weight loss, mindset, career, whatever the case may be. I just want to help you guys get to where you want to be. My transformation was pretty cool, and I want to help you get a pretty cool one too. Okay guys, like I said, I'm going to do one of these episodes every single week. It'll be uploaded every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I want to make this entertaining for you guys. Like I said, it's part of my process, my weekly review to make my progress continue. I always want to improve. It's part of that audit, construct, install, trial, proof feedback loop, but it also needs to be entertaining for you guys. And that is why every week we are going to do a weekly Q&A. So drop a comment, ask a question. Probably the more absurd the better, but there's literally no question that's off limits. I may not answer it if it's crazy, but I probably will anyway. So drop a comment literally about anything. My life, my philosophy, anything. And then what I'll do is I will pick the top 5 comments from the previous week's episode and read them live and review them on the next episode. So I'll read them, give you a shout out, and I will answer it. So go ahead, drop a comment, do your thing, and I will see you guys next week.